Hi guys, it's Allison. I'm on another haunted road trip following in the footsteps of witnesses. I am here in Chicagoland, hot on the trail of the beast, and right now I'm at sighting location number 2. This is one of the first sightings, so it's number 2 actually, but it's actually from 2011, and I finally found the location where some of the witness report comes from. So let me just turn the camera around. Hey, here we are at Miller Park. All right, it is small, really small, so that's why I couldn't find it. All right, let me read you the account, because apparently we've got Mothman hanging around in a tiny little park. I don't even know how he'd fit. Maybe he likes to go down slides. I don't really know. But let me just read you the account again. So here's the neighborhood. Cute little college area. University of Chicago. So, okay, let me read it to you. This is from Phantoms and Monsters. Phantoms and Monsters is a famous blog by Lon Strickler. Oh, is there a basketball hoop? Well, this is Miller Park. Is there a basketball hoop? Thank you for asking that. Because the basketball hoop plays prominently. You know what? I'm not seeing a basketball hoop. Alright, so little hobby horses, a tire swing, whatever that thing is. Yeah, and that's, do you guys see a basketball hoop? I do not. This is definitely Miller Park though, so this would be an inconsistency in the support, in the report. You know, maybe they were talking about a different park, like Sheridan Park. I don't know, but I do not see a basketball hoop. Really small, so this is why I could not find it. It's just going around and around. So I do not see a basketball hoop. I do not see Mothman, but here's the account. Alright, so it's from 2011, and there are, here are the events as they happened September 30th, 2011, in the area around Miller Park, in the University Park neighborhood in Chicago, Illinois, approximately 1 block from the main campus of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Things began like, this is from the witness, things began like any normal Friday night. I and a couple of friends were going out to have a few drinks at the local bar. As I got to my apartment, I jumped into the shower and started to get ready, and her roommate was getting ready too. As I started to get dressed, I heard my roommate scream, and then so she ran into her roommate's room to figure out what was going on, and her roommate was hysterical and scared out of her wits and actually cowering in a corner. So I'm thinking maybe in the account it said like a 5-story apartment building. I don't see anything 5 stories. I'm going to continue reading and see if I see anything as I'm going down this way, because it looks or was it 3-story? I'll read on and find out. Okay, my roommate was hysterical and scared out of her wits. I took her to the living room and sat her on the couch. And it took about 20 minutes to calm her down. She finally told me what she had seen in her window. She stated that she was getting dressed when she turned to face the mirror. And in the mirror, She saw a pair of orange eyes staring at her from the window. She turned around to see two brightly lit orange eyes staring out at her. Those eyes were attached to a creature that was staring back at her through the window. My friend lost it and started screaming hysterically and backed herself into the corner. She said she was filled with overwhelming feeling of complete and total terror. Yeah, that's right. Third floor of a 5-story building. Alright, so total terror. I'm running out of daylight. I'm running out of any kind of light. Alright, so let's see here. Does it take you down the street? I can't I can't read what the flag says. Alright, so she's filled with terror. She feels like a rabbit that was about to be pounced on like an eagle. The thing looked at her like prey. Let's see, I tried to rationalize with her. They tried to think of what it could be. Obviously there was no explanation. Let's see, she said so at that time they also got a call from the witness's boyfriend, who was speaking a mile a minute, and but they were having their own sightings, so they didn't realize that the boyfriend was also having a sighting. So yeah, let me see where it said that about the third floor of a 5-story. Try to rationalize. Okay, so they stared at me. Okay, so she goes to her the friend goes to her room, and I walked past my roommate's open door, and to my absolute horror I saw a pair of glowing red eyes looking through the window at me. So it's still there, or it came back. They stared at me for about 3 to 5 seconds before whatever it was abruptly left. Like my friend, I totally lost it and screamed at the top of my lungs. Alright, they concerned the neighbors. The neighbors came and they said, hey, you know, we're okay. Let's see. When I told my roommate what I had seen in the window, and whatever it was had come back again, that's when I had seen it. So he began to tell us that his buddy, okay, so this is the boyfriend, his buddy were on the way to the apartment to pick up, okay, so they're, sorry, I'm having trouble seeing the report here. Okay, so this is definitely in the neighborhood. We need a 5-story building though, like a 5-story apartment building. I don't see anything yet. Look like all 3 stories right now. Pretty much 3 stories all around. So the significance of that park that I showed you in the beginning is apparently that's where it was seen by the boyfriend. Still looking around. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some editing on this video. Quite slapdash. I apologize. Alright, so the sighting took place in 2011. Alright, so here we go. The apartment building. We live on the 3rd floor of a 5-story apartment building, and there is nothing outside the window but a 30-foot drop straight down to the courtyard below. Okay, haven't seen any 5 stories yet, but it doesn't mean there isn't one around here. Now let's go to the Miller Park part of it, because we were just at Miller Park in the beginning of this. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe this actually did occur in Sheridan Park. Okay, Steve, you're asking if there's an entrance on both sides of the park. Let's look. Okay, so I see the entrance from this side, and yeah, it looks like it's fenced in. And there is no basketball hoop. So that's why I'm thinking Sheridan. So there's steps here, so maybe they can open that gate and that would be an entrance from this side, and possibly an entrance there as well. Yeah, so the basketball hoop kind of throws a wrench into the works of this report, because there is none right here. But again, I mean, the witness might not have said Miller Park, or maybe they were mistaking it for Sheridan. But anyway, the boyfriend said that when he was on the way to pick them up, he was at Sheridan Park, or no, he was at a park, and saw the creature perched on a basketball hoop. Let's see, where does it say that now? Okay. We told him what me and my roommate had seen in the window, and then it came back again. And he began to tell us that he and his buddy were on the way to our apartment to pick us up when they had seen what they describe as a large bat with large glowing eyes. It was perched on top of a basketball hoop in the neighborhood park. So they didn't say, oh well, okay, maybe it was taken down, you're right, Steve. But it seems like this park is geared towards younger kids. So that's why I'm thinking, although it was 6 years ago and it could have been taken down, that it's probably Sheridan Park, because they said neighborhood park, and it's perched on top of the basketball hoop. And I mean, maybe that's a little bit more wooded and secluded. They stated that it saw them and had alighted into the air with an audible whoosh. And there were about 6 people in the park, and yeah, so I think Sheridan sounds more likely, because this Miller Park is very small. And this thing was supposedly 6 to 7 feet tall, dark gray to black, and eyes that glowed with the intensity of 2 glowing embers. Alright, so next stop, Sheridan Park. Alright, thank you guys. I really appreciate you following me around. And gotta go home soon. It's getting kind of late. Got school tomorrow. But it's been fun. I'm going to see if I can stop by Sheridan Park on the way home. Thanks again for tuning in. And I'll have some more locations for you. The whole idea of this is, you know, what's being reported in Chicago? I don't know. We're up to 51 sightings. People seem to think there's a strange flying creature, an owl man, a mothman, a flying humanoid, who knows, a lechuza, a giant bat, a giant owl. I don't know. But the thing is, lots of people are reporting it this year. Most of the reports, about 48 of them, 49 of them, have come from this year. So I just want to see these locations and see if there's any plausibility to the accounts, and I want to take you with me. So hopefully you're getting some perspective on these strange reports from following me around. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.